So, I am done with the cape. The collar has been attached, and so I just want to show you what it looks like. Here you see this is the back with the seam going down the back neck. Okay, here are the shoulders or the arms. You can tell where they are because of the seams. See the seam here? That's the shoulders. And here's the other side. So here you are, you have this, and all you do is simply flip your collar down. Flip it down however, whichever length or whichever width you want it. Here you are. I like it kind of thick. I don't want to double roll it. So here it is from the back. Here it is from the front. So you have a cape. I don't know if you can see it, but you have a cape. I have not finished the edges. I will do that at a later time off camera, but just so I can show you how to in case you don't know. You simply just take the edges, flip it once, flip it again, and sew straight across. Show that again, flip it once, and flip it again, and sew straight across. Okay, that's it for the cape. You are done. I will do that off camera. Now, I also made a belt, because I like mine with a belt. So simply, what I did was just took a very long strip. I measured how long I wanted my belt. I measured my waist and then how long I wanted it to hang. And I made it 8 inches wide. Once I did that, I just flipped it right sides together and did a seam. The seam is, see, I started on this end. All I did was I sewed straight up, and straight across, all the way across. Remember, it's whatever length you desire, whatever width you desire. I like mine kind of thick because I have a thick waist. And so I made mine 8 inches and then I flipped it, which will make it 4. Probably a little less with the seam allowance. And so I just went straight across, and then on the last corner, I went down about 3/4 of an inch and stopped because I needed to leave my opening to allow me to flip it inside out. And I did cut off the majority of my seam allowance, and I'm just going to show you how to close this. Now, I'm going to be honest, I cheat when it comes to closing. Sometimes, it just depends on how I feel, how much time I'm working with, and all of that stuff. But let me go ahead and do this. Okay, so the belt is just about flipped, and there probably is an easier way to do this. I don't know. I'm sure there is. It's not so bad. Okay. Now normally what I would like to do is take like a pair of scissors, or maybe not so sharp, and stick it through the open hole all the way through so I can come up and do these corners, but it's so long I won't be able to do that. So I'm just going to try my best to get these corners as sharp as possible without puncturing a hole in the material. Basically all I'm doing is just doing this very, very lightly, just so I can have sharp edges on my belt. I like to do it from the inside, but the belt is so long I won't be able to get my arm down the length of the belt. And I'm just gonna see how this, I got one edge pretty sharp, the other one is not. I'm just gonna try to dig that out a little bit with the edge of my scissors without puncturing a hole. Okay, I think that's about good enough. And it's still not quite as sharp. Once I iron it down, and I like to go back and iron so that these edges can be really nice and flat. They can lay flat. So I'm gonna go back and iron this later. But for now, to close that edge up, I normally do one of two things. So we have this open edge here, and normally I would just fold it in. Let's make this edge sharp like the others. From the inside, you can just push it through. Oops, it went through. It's a tweed type of material, so it's okay. I normally would just fold it down like such. Cut that off. And normally we'll fold it down. And you can do one or two things. You can take a stitch from the outside and go all the way around, all the way down, all the way down. You know, making sure you're matching up your edges and your edges are flat. That's why you have to iron it first, because it needs to be nice and flat in order for you to do this. You know, just matching it all the way down till you get to the end, and then keep going with your stitch. You can stop there, or you can do one at the bottom too. It's up to you. But for now, for video purposes only, I'm going to cheat a little bit with this opening. I am going to take my handy dandy glue gun. Ha ha ha. I know you're like, what in the world? Yes, I am. I'm going to just go down into the crack just a little bit and squeeze. Just a little bit. Not much, because you don't want glue to come oozing out of there. Just a little bit, and I'm just going to press it together. Press it together. And it's closed. It's closed. It's not going anywhere.